YouTube, we got killer mom realizes cameras caught everything, hit that like button, subscribe button, like it to it.
He had bruises from head to toe.
Excuse his neck.
You're gonna be under arrest right now.
I get him in trouble. I have nothing. I have no support. I have nobody.
What are you protecting?
What
happened?
I was gonna be next.
After years in foster care, a 3-year-old boy is reunited with his mother, only to suffer a horrific accident just 3 months later. But the truth is written on his small body, and it paints a far darker picture than anyone has been led to believe.
Robert told her to stick to the story or you'll never see it again.
Just hold on, Pops. Hold on, Pops.
The following is based on official police records, and most of the footage has never been seen before until now. At 3:20 p.m., June 14, 2023, dispatchers in Cleveland, Ohio receive an urgent call to 911.
Cleveland EMS with the address to the emergency.
Yes, we need some paramedic here on 79th and Euclid here, and I believe this Borden Square.
Is this at the Family Dollar?
Stop breathing. I guess he fell at a park, a water park. She's been.
Officers with the Cleveland Division,
My fault, bro.
14th, 2023, dispatchers in Cleveland, Ohio receive an urgent call to 911.
Cleveland EMS with the address to the emergency.
Yes, we need some paramedic here on 79th and Euclid here, and I believe this Borden Square.
Is this at the Family Dollar?
Stop breathing. I guess he fell at a park, a water park. She's been.
Officers with the Cleveland Division of Police arrive on scene, where paramedics have already begun life-saving efforts on 3-year-old Curtis Witcher, who is still unresponsive.
Did you see what happened in there?
No, he was not here. She came up and ran in the dollar store and asked all of us for our phones. We all called 911. I was on the ground with I don't mean to call him this, but the Caucasian man.
Wait, why did she have to say that, nigga? The fuck? If he was Caucasian, just say he was Caucasian.
And I was trying to search for his pulse. He did not have a pulse since he got here.
I mean, what happened to the baby though? Like,
We don't know. She said he fell. Yeah, she in the van.
I'm sure
She had 2 kids with her. A double
They said,
stroller.
are they going to take him to the hospital?
Yeah, we're going right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
but do you know if he has a pulse yet, at least?
We want to talk to her. She said in the back of the van.
And she's pregnant, too.
Yeah.
You guys are going to Rainbow Babies? Okay, we'll see you at the hospital.
With the mother in distress, the officer instead heads inside to speak with a store employee in the hopes of getting more information.
She says she was at a water park somewhere and her baby fell. She came in here and asked me if I would call 911. She said that nobody would call 911 for her. I don't know where it happened, but when she got here, the baby was unconscious.
He also learns the mother had a second child with her, and they both arrived in a double stroller.
The one that's in the ambulance,
know where I'm going,
the one
and then I'll go
that's,
back to you.
was perfectly fine, was back here.
Yeah. Okay.
So when me and the white guy came outside, he just straight unstrapped him and took him out and laid him on the ground.
CPR.
And gave him CPR until you guys got here.
Excuse his neck.
Backup arrives and quickly gets caught up to speed.
Okay, so mom's right here in this white van. Ron's in the back of there. They've got a 3-year-old. They're working on him. I don't think she's not conscious, not breathing. They're doing CPR right now. I don't
Do we know the
think
circumstances?
not the mother's hysterical right now, so I didn't even try to talk to her. She's in the white van in the back. Yeah, she's got another.
Make sure we get her information.
Yeah,
Please.
The mother is identified as 30-year-old Tamika Eggleton, and she's transported along with both children, 3-year-old Curtis and 1-year-old John, to Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital. Meanwhile, officers attempt to figure out where Curtis may have suffered the fall, but hit a dead end.
she said this happened at a water park. Is there like an outdoor kids
That's
pool
what I'm
or something
saying.
around
Not that I
here?
know of what kind of sprinkle machine would be over here.
I'm sorry.
Because if it is, she walks
So the store's not a scene.
No. She came in here with the kid already injured.
With no water parks nearby, officers radio their colleagues at the hospital, hoping they can ask the mom for a specific location.
Very hard to get any information from her right now. She's crying. She said the kid fell on his head at the water park. She put him in the stroller just for a little bit so he, calm down and recover. And then moments later, this happened. The little kid was unresponsive.
Tragically, just 40 minutes after the initial call to 911, 3-year-old Curtis Witcher was pronounced deceased.
Rest in peace.
His autopsy the next morning would shatter any notion of an accidental death. And following several shocking discoveries, his death was ruled a homicide.
Ooh.
Tamika's 1-year-old is removed from her care, and an investigation begins.
Bro, why would she name her kid John, bro? That I ain't gonna lie, bro. That shit low-key sound like a RETARDED type of name, bro. That I ain't gonna lie, bro. If my mom, I'm so happy my mom never named me no stupid shit like John.
His 1-year-old is removed from.
But that's no hate to John, by the way. It's just like, bro, that's not the best name to name your kid, bro. John.
And an investigation begins. Detectives soon learn that 3-year-old Curtis had only recently been returned to Tamika's custody in January, after spending most of his life in foster care. Protective supervision ended only 3 months ago.
Why was he taken away from you?
I was hospitalized with him when I was pregnant for a couple months. I lost my home because I couldn't pay my rent because I was hospitalized for all them months. Basically, I grew up in foster care. I have no support. So they thought I couldn't take care of him because I didn't have support.
But this isn't the whole truth. And as the investigators are about to learn, getting any semblance of honesty from Tamika will be easier said than done. Already she's told an egregious lie about where Curtis suffered his injury, one that's easy enough to disprove.
Oh, bro, she must have wanted to get caught for this shit, bro. Because a water park.
While at the hospital,
they said it wasn't no water parks near. Like, come on.
Tamika told an officer the name of the splash park was at the Lonnie Burton Recreation Center, a 2-mile walk from the Family Dollar.
Can you hear me, Sergeant?
Yes.
Y'all believe that?
Did you?
I don't know if I believe that, bro.
Review the video and download the video from Splash Park and the surrounding project buildings?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and did I send you a photograph of the female I was looking for?
Yes, you did.
Okay, did you see that female at any moment at the park
Look, her head down. She looked defeated. She already know she's gonna get caught in this lie.
Wednesday the 14th?
She already know she's gonna get caught, y'all.
No, she was never there.
Okay, and then you spoke to a worker there?
Yeah, we have a resident worker who mans the splash park when it's open, and she never saw that female or those children there either.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Sarge. I just wanted her to hear it.
You're welcome.
All right.
We was at that splash park. I promise you.
But even the
paramedic. Oh, nigga, I thought she was locked up. What's up, bro? Is this a real outfit? Dude, I did it like no bullshit. I thought this was like prison clothes right here. This is a real outfit. This has got to be like bottom 5 outfits of all time right here, bro. That's horrible, dude. And I thought her. The reason why I thought so, a big reason, because look at her stomach. I thought that was like, I don't know for what reason. I thought that was like some part of the jail outfit, of the prison uniform. That's just her stomach, I guess.
But even the paramedics who initially found Curtis and his tragic state noticed something was off with Tamika's story.
I guess she pushed him there in the stroller.
How did he end up at Dollar General? And
doesn't make any sense.
It didn't appear to be, but he was wearing a bathing suit.
Aside from Curtis being completely dry, paramedics documented something else that was even more alarming.
The report EMS is stating that Curtis was cold and clammy to the touch.
So that means he's already dead, right?
When EMS arrived on scene.
As the detective steps out to take a phone call, his colleague gently presses Tamika to start telling the truth.
He had been deceased for some time, enough for his body temperature to give them that feeling of being cold and clammy. Does that make sense?
No, ma'am.
If he was unresponsive earlier than you thought, and you just don't want to say.
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know. I wouldn't know. I didn't know.
He's with you, so.
Yes, when he was in the stroller, thought he was asleep. Both of my kids were asleep. They do this every time I put them in the stroller and we take a long walk. They will fall asleep. I'm thinking my baby is asleep. I'm not thinking my baby's dead or none of that. I'm not thinking like that.
When he returns, the detective shares a disturbing detail from Curtis's autopsy, one that sets Tamika on a defensive path.
He actually had marks across here, and they were like almost like whip marks.
Damn, you a slave master?
And they call pattern, so it was
You
consistent.
whipping your kid? The fuck? How you think this shit is slavery?
All through his midsection. Okay. Bad enough where even the tip of his penis was
Shit. Chill out, bro. I don't want to hear all that, dude.
Settling as it is, the worst details are still to come.
I don't whoop, sir. Right-handed. I don't whoop my kid.
Right-handed what? Finish that sentence. Right-handed what? Say right hand to God. Right hand on the Bible. Say just right-handed isn't gonna work right here.
Robert chastised
Right,
them.
just plain old right hand is not gonna work. Put right hand to God. You gotta finish that sentence.
Well, not them, but
Y'all notice how she didn't finish that sentence? She just said right-handed. Nigga, fuck your right hand.
Robert chastised.
You gotta put your right hand on something to make that shit meaningful.
I don't whoop my kid.
Robert is the father of 3-year-old Curtis, as well as the 1-year-old and Tamika's unborn child.
Describe that then. What's he do?
Like he'll pop him, or he'll punch him, or not
punch him.
No, not with a lot of force, or he'll hit him in his thighs. If he pee on himself,
You'll hit your kid if he peed on himself. Is that normal? Like, honest question, is that normal? Because hitting your kid for peeing on yourself, I thought peeing on yourself as a kid was normal.
Investigators later sat down with Robert in an effort to confirm her claims, but by his account, Tamika is solely responsible for discipline, as he doesn't live with her and is rarely around the children.
So you don't know what her form of discipline is?
In my eyes, put him in the corner, don't give him no snacks. That's what she presents to me.
I don't whoop my kids. I do. You stand in the corner. That is my punishments, because I know how it feels to get beat. Punishments is standing in the corner. I've never whooped my kids. I don't pop my kids. I don't whoop my kids. I don't do none of that.
She would want me to pop him and pee on himself.
She wants you?
Like you say you gonna whoop him, but you don't.
Tamika claims that 3-year-old Curtis often wet himself and peed in his bed during the night, something that made Robert particularly angry.
Did Robert put his hands on you?
Yes.
How physical does that get?
Bad. One time, he gave me a black eye.
She's just making shit up as she go, bro. I don't believe this. I'm sorry, I don't believe it, bro. If it proves out to be true, I'll go back on what I said and I'll apologize and say I was wrong, dude. But I don't believe this, dude. She just sounded like she lying.
I had to cover it up because I didn't want them to take John John. Stupid, and I stayed, but he's all I had.
During one supervised visit in February, just 4 months earlier, Tamika reported to a caseworker that Robert had been abusing her for months and struck Curtis after he urinated on himself. Robert, however, denied any abuse at the time and said that he would stay away from Tamika.
He's all I have. He's all I have, and if I get him in trouble, I have nothing. I have no support. I have nobody. Literally, I have nobody.
What are you protecting? What happened? Are you willing to go to prison for the rest of your life for Robert?
No.
There's no protecting anyone at this point. We need to know.
That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you what I know.
The more you continue down this path of trying to cover something, you're going to separate yourself from the child that you have now, and you're going to separate yourself from the child that you're carrying.
Finally, Tamika begins to open up to the detectives, sharing what happened on the morning of Curtis's death.
Robert gets up before me. That's when I had woke up, and I'm like, it's still dark outside. Like, what is he crying for? He's like, oh, I just whooped him because he just peed through the bed. And if y'all go to my house, y'all will see. his drawers, the same drawers that he had on when he went to sleep, is sitting in my bathroom on the floor, pissy. His whole bed is still pissy, and that's in the living room.
Though not on the bathroom floor, crime scene investigators do locate a pair of stained children's underwear in Tamika's apartment bathtub.
He wasn't himself that morning. After he whooped him, Robert, he wasn't himself. He was coughing. He wasn't himself. He didn't want to eat. He didn't want to drink nothing. I made his favorite food. He didn't even want to eat the pizza. That's still big. I'll go to my house. I even wrapped it up in aluminum foil, put it in a plastic bag. We was gonna eat it when we got home. He didn't even want to eat. He didn't want to drink no water. He didn't want nothing. He didn't want anything. So be okay. He probably just not on it. He not feeling good. That's what I'm thinking. You know, I'm not thinking, you know, he about to die or none of that. I'm not thinking none of that. He said that his chest was hurting from his dad whooping him. And when I confronted Robert about it, I was gonna be next. I'm so sorry.
These officers look like they don't even believe her, bro. Look at their facial expressions. They looking like she full of shit. Fuck.
Never let him whoop him. I didn't know. I didn't know how severe it was.
The detective moves closer to Tamika, offering her comfort as she urges her to own up to an earlier lie.
So you never went to the splash park?
No! That was the story he told me to tell.
Who told you to tell?
Robert. Robert told me to say that. Robert, I don't want to get hurt anymore.
Why would Robert tell you to say you took them to the park?
Because we just got them back. We didn't want to lose them again.
Okay, but who was he afraid of finding out?
The fuck you think? The police.
Child services.
Yeah.
From what?
People in charge.
Okay, Robert wasn't even supposed to be around them.
Okay.
At all.
Oh, it's low-key sounding like she right. She's not lying. So, yeah, like I said, I'll take that back.
Around the kids.
Oh, no, never mind. I'm tripping.
Because he was beating on me.
I read the title.
They didn't want him around them, but I was still allowing him because that's their dad.
Yeah.
Robert has yet to hear any of Tamika's allegations against him. When asked, he openly admits that despite promising to stay away from Tamika, he spent the night with her on the eve of Curtis's murder. But by his account, Curtis was fine and unharmed when he left for work early the following morning, where he remained all day until receiving the tragic news of his son's death over the phone. Still, investigators act on Tamika's claims, not realizing the story they've been told is about to take a much darker turn.
You're going to be under arrest right now.
I love my son.
I understand.
I done nothing.
This is nothing personal, but because it's a 3-year-old
man. That was my little man. I love my man.
You're going to be held overnight. We got to verify your story because she made a whole bunch of allegations.
That was my little man.
Okay.
He should have stayed in foster care if he was going to be like this. I would have left him there. He would have been better off there with them.
Robert's sister, who has been suspicious of Tamika's story from the start, enters the room to comfort her brother, and the detectives explain why he's been placed in handcuffs.
She finally admitted that she's not going to the splash park. Okay. But she's saying that she had to say that because Robert told her to stick to the story or you'll never see it again.
Just hold on, Pops. Just hold on, Pops.
Damn, nigga, you look like you having a seizure.
Or you'll never see it again because Robert told her to stick to the story or you'll never see it again. But she's saying that she had to say that because Robert told her to stick to the story or you'll never see it again.
Just hold on, Pops.
Bro, this nigga having a seizure, dude. What the hell? All cause...
Hold on, Poppy.
That's why you have your job. That's why you have your job to back you up. And
so that's what we have to look into. And this is the key point. Okay, Curtis was heavily abused. He had bruises from head to toe.
The signs or what may have you, like, we had our suspicions.
Trying to tell me something.
Yeah, him, not being able to use the bathroom, potty train correctly.
You always cry when I leave.
So it's like not being able to, we had our suspicions.
Trying to tell me something.
Yeah,
all the times he would pee on him, was he trying to tell me something? What would he be trying to tell you?
Not being able to use the bathroom, potty train correctly.
You always cry when I leave.
So it's like we kind of figured, but we didn't know.
Robert did mention that she wanted
Hey,
him
he do look like he cared for the kid, bro. That's why I believe him, bro. I believe the nigga.
to discipline, but he said he didn't. He would.
And look how relaxed he's been. He been sitting in the chair like that. I watched a TikTok, bro. It said, if you ever want to know if somebody lying, bro, just look at the way they sitting in the chair. If they sitting like this, that means they relax. You know what I mean? Because and if they relax, that means they don't got nothing to lie about.
We never believe. We believe in disciplining our children, but not to that mental. He always wanted to be.
Say with my daughter, she'll tell you how much she loves me and how much I love her.
And my children, he'll raise my two children.
With him, how much I love him when he with me.
Robert claims that he wasn't even told why his son was placed in foster care in the first place. But according to police records, Curtis was removed from their care as an infant due to neither parent being able to provide stable housing, as well as Tamika's ongoing mental health issues, which, quote, interfere with her ability to provide adequate care for the children. Further records reveal that Tamika has lost custody of all of her children except 1-year-old John.
Dude, that's gotta be some type of, like, why are you keep on having children if you lost custody of all of them? You lost custody of 4 out of 5 kids, bro. That's gotta be telling, bro. That's very telling. At some point, bro, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm the worst mother in the world, bro. You had 5 kids and you lost custody of 4 of them. Oh my gosh, bro. You're saying that's an all-time record, chat. That's all-time record, bro. She's saying new records every day. 4 kids out of your custody got taken out your custody. What are you doing for 4 kids to get taken out your custody, bro? You must be like doing fight nights with them kids, bro. You must be throwing punches every night. You must be kicking them, doing all this, bro.
She mentioned about she had another baby that passed away, but he was buried in Georgia. She never mentioned the baby's name or anything like that. And all she said was, I got a child here and a child in Georgia that's already buried, and I don't know if I want to bury my child or cremate. We never even knew about the birth of the other
girls and another boy.
Curtis's foster mother, Michelle, raised and took care of him since he was just 1 week old. According to court documents, Tamika attended weekly visits, bonded with the baby, and even fed and changed him. However, as time progressed, she began threatening and cursing at caseworkers, refusing to take her medications, failing drug screens, and visiting less often. But according to Tamika, she had serious concerns about their level of care.
Dude, and they said she got 4 out of 5 kids got taken out of custody. Dude, what? So why would y'all let the 5th kid? Why would y'all let that 5th kid stay with her? That makes no sense. That just means they don't give a fuck about that 5th kid.
With the foster people whooping him, I have paperwork where I used to complain when my son used to come visit us with black eyes, bleeding in his ears. He had whips. He had scratch marks. He had all around his neck. He had scratch marks all around his neck. He had scratch marks. I used to complain about that, and they said there was nothing that I could do because he was not in my care.
This is far from the truth. While concerns were raised about Curtis's safety and well-being, those complaints came from his foster family. One report, for example, said Tamika was allowed overnight visits, but Curtis would return wearing the same clothes, which were soaked in urine. No complaints were made about the foster family regarding scratches, black eyes, welts, or bleeding while Curtis was in their care.
I should have protected you. I'm so
Nah, you shouldn't have did. You know you killed him. Don't be crying now.
You're so
Hell, she knows she killed that baby.
sorry.
Now she want to be over here sobbing and woo acting like she didn't do what she did, man. Y'all be ashamed of
Reports
yourself.
also describe Tamika's lengthy arrest history, including for domestic violence, grand theft auto, resisting arrest, contempt of court, assault, and aggravated menacing. And despite a documented history of not completing drug screens or attending counseling, in January of 2023, Judge Allison Floyd ordered 3-year-old Curtis to be returned to his mother's full custody and terminated protective supervision. In her order, she ruled that the child's return to the home of Tamika Eggleton, quote, will not be contrary to the child's best interest.
So the doctor said he had extremely amount bruising, a lot in the neck area, in the midsection, and a lot of what she considered blunt force trauma. She also said the damage that was the fatal damage was a laceration to his heart, and that is caused by something striking him, something hard. And according to the medical examiner, that he pretty much passed away immediately.
Given this fact, it's difficult to imagine Tamika would not have known the toddler was deceased before she placed him in the stroller, a part of her story that Robert's sister finds highly suspicious.
She was like, well, I put him in the stroller and we walked to the plaza, and she said that when she was at the plaza, that's when she turned around and noticed that Curtis was unresponsive. She said she just bust out screaming, and then it was a crowd of people, and she said that a man came and caught him out the stroller and did CPR.
That is true.
And by the time the paramedics, the police came, he was already gone.
According to the autopsy, the 3-year-old was likely deceased before he was ever put in the stroller. Abrasions and lacerations covered his head, neck, and torso, a bruising pattern consistent with being hit by a belt. He was struck with such force that it lacerated the back of his heart, causing his chest cavity to fill with blood.
I didn't know.
Nigga, she crazy, bro. She crazy. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro.
He lost that blood so quick, he would not have lived for minutes.
I didn't know, sir.
What?
It says she had 5 kids. What nigga is tapping this shit 5 times, bro? Shame on you. Shame on you, bro. Honestly.
I'm telling you, that's what happened. That is exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened.
So you're telling me Robert beat him and left, and you put him in a stroller.
I didn't put him.
He hopped in a stroller.
Curtis put it.
And you walk around randomly.
I'm walking.
Okay.
I'm walking. And then I'm thinking that they both fell asleep. That he wasn't breathing. I didn't know none of that. I didn't know.
Surveillance footage shows Tamika casually walking down the street toward the Family Dollar. Her 1-year-old child in the back appears upright and alert, but 3-year-old Curtis is slumped over the front, completely unmoving in his seat. Given more time to think, Tamika recalls that Robert is the one who ultimately put him in the stroller.
He carried him, put him in the stroller.
Everybody fought but hers, bro.
We started walking the path that we said, and we went our separate ways.
It wasn't bro at work.
Was Robert planning on going to Family Dollar with you?
I believe so. I can't really say. I believe he was, and he had received a phone call, and he kissed us, and he went his separate way.
But this remains to be seen, given Robert's claims he was at work all morning. Surveillance footage captures the moment she arrived at the Family Dollar around 3:08 p.m., but the video does little to support her claims that this is the moment she discovered the 3-year-old unresponsive. When she arrives, Tamika pushes the stroller to the side and simply stands around until a man hands her a flyer. She tucks it into the stroller and, without acknowledging her children, continues to simply linger nearby. Finally, she peeks into the store, but doesn't appear to ask anyone for help before closing the door. Then, without ever once touching Curtis, checking for a pulse or attempting to wake him, she heads inside and asks for a phone to dial 911. Only now does the gathering crowd realize the toddler is pale and unresponsive. Bystanders quickly pull him from the seat and lay him on the curb to perform CPR, while Tamika begins jumping up and down as if in a sudden
Now
state
she
of
want to be a
panic.
D1 actor.
The store
She's
manager describes
she's
the
trying to be
whole
Viola Davis the way she acting.
incident as feeling staged.
Like, she didn't seem like a grieving mother. You know, she didn't, you know, we had asked her, like, so what do you want to do as an idea as far as services, stuff like that. She was walking around normally, you know, like nothing really happened.
Regardless, given Tamika's damning allegations against Robert, the detective says his hands are tied and he has no choice but to hold him in jail overnight while they investigate. Given a moment alone, Robert calls his daughter to explain that he won't be able to pick her up tonight.
I'm gonna leave you to stay with your uncle because I told you she said she's gonna tell her a whole bunch of stuff and then I'll verify my story.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll be out by tomorrow, okay? I know I'm gonna be out by tomorrow, but I love you. I love you more.
No, I love you more.
No, I love you more. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
He seemed like a
He
solid
then talks
dad,
to his
bro.
daughter's mother, who speaks out in protest once she learns that Robert will be going to jail.
You can't put somebody in jail without they can't do that. Like
She got her heart in the right place, bro, but she don't even know what she's saying, bro. You can't put somebody in jail. You just can't do that. Like, come on, dude.
Downtown in the Justice Center.
oh my god, 'cause I'm trying to get work, and at this point, I'm ready to come up there because that doesn't sound like something that should be happening, Bobby. And you trying to grieve your son, and they trying to put you in a jail cell to collaborate.
Hey, but, man, shout out to his baby mama, bro. Her baby mama actually, man, she sound like a real person, bro. She sound very, very nice. As far as like standing on Bro's side.
And, you know, but
She got his back.
Seem like proper protocol when you got somebody to say that I was at this place at that time. That's your story. You been with saying was a baby. Ain't nothing ever happened to my child.
Still, they're told there's nothing anyone can do but wait for the evidence to come to light.
No, I love you, Bobby.
I love you.
We're gonna take care of this. We're gonna get through this. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Investigators would later confirm that Robert got on a bus to work as early as 8:19 a.m., nearly 7 hours before Tamika would begin her walk to Family Dollar. Time cards and
Y'all
surveillance
see, bro, y'all gotta watch out for these women who be lying, bro. I don't know for what reason it is, dude, but cops always believe any woman no matter what. Like, as far as, like, I don't know why. I don't know why, bro.
would prove he remained at work until he received the call about his son.
Now this nigga gotta spend like a night in jail for some shit he didn't do.
Additionally, after speaking with a neighbor, investigators learned
Now, obviously, not all women be lying and shit, but
that Tamika would often talk.
They literally said like, yeah, we can't do anything, so we're gonna put you in jail, even though we don't know the full, we don't have all the evidence. Like, what? That doesn't even make sense.
About Robert, complaining that he would not discipline the children or so much as raise his voice.
Damn.
Tamika's
Snitch on
own
herself.
foster mother would go on to describe her as someone who could lie very convincingly, but the evidence speaks volumes. Robert was released after spending one night in jail with no formal charges against him.
A night in jail with no charges?
In a devastating discovery,
Is that legal?
Curtis's autopsy revealed evidence that he had been beaten repeatedly in the months leading up to his death, a reality that cut deepest for his foster mother, Michelle. After he was returned to Tamika, Michelle still tried to visit and look after him.
Oh, I'm reading, by the way. Do you need anything? No, not really, just sex for the babies. Okay, we should be able to stop and get some. Only if you really can, I can get.
Refusing.
I can get my stamps tomorrow, and if y'all do need anything to call, let us know. We'll let me know. M. Sweetie.
To stop caring for the child she loved and had planned to adopt.
Hey, which one is the foster mom? Which one?
5 days following the murder of 3-year-old Curtis Witcher, 30-year-old Tamika Eggleton was arrested and later indicted on 1 count
Good.
of aggravated murder, 2 counts of murder, 1 count of felonious assault, and 1 count of endangering children. In September of 2023, Tamika gave birth to her new baby.
Wait.
According to court documents,
In
the
jail?
infant and her 1-year-old son have been placed in a foster care home
That's
together.
sad.
On June 11th, 2024, Tamika pleaded guilty as part of a plea deal, and 2 of the 5 counts were dropped. During sentencing, Tamika told the judge, "I should have never gotten him back. I wasn't fit to be a mother."
I mean,
Curtis's
no
fa-
shit, you weren't fit to be a mother. Hey, it don't take a whole lot to be able to know that, bro.
Foster mother, Michelle, also delivered a statement. She faced Tamika directly and told her, "You are no mother. You're a monster." The judge sentenced Tamika Eggleton to a total of 31 to 35 years to life in prison, with 409 days credited for time served. If you'd like to see select new
Alright, hey, that's gonna do it for the stream, bro. Y'all make sure y'all don't do no dumb shit like that, bro. I don't know the next time I'm gonna be on stream. I might be on. Damn, why ain't y'all niggas tell me I had some shit on my camera? It's probably